think I am live. Let's just turn the music down, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Atomic Self-Love Project. Happy Sunday to all of you. I hope you've had a really nice day. It's been quite warm up here on the border of New South and Queensland in the last few days. It's been beautiful. So we're just going to wait for other people to jump on, and I'm going to see, we've got Kylie, hello. Jordan, hi. Carrie, good evening. How are you? Leanne, hello. Sarah. Could I please have some guidance? So tonight, that's cool, Sarah. Thank you for your time and energy here tonight. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I look forward to my Sunday evenings because it fills me up as much as it fills you up. It's really a connectedness kind of thing for me. So it's almost like I filling my cup sort of thing to be able to share these energies with you. So Sarah, it's great that you use the word energy because tonight we're actually going to do some energy work. So I'm going to use energy card, and I'm going to ask everyone who's on board tonight, and I'm going to repeat this over every 15 minutes. I'm going to ask everyone who's on board tonight to um, ask me in a way that you can sort of communicate in what particular area. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just say, can I have a reading, please? That's more than enough. But if you want to have a really specific kind of guidance and direction, you may want to just mention an area of your life, a general area, whether finances, career, relationship. But if you don't want to mention that either, that's fine as well. But we're going to do energy work tonight because as for, the very name of my show is the Atomic Self-Love Project. It's very important that we always come back to the basic fundamental of self-love, because it doesn't matter who you are or what you do, the only thing that can really see you through, to be sustainable, to be successful, to always have a high level of vibration for yourself and for other people, is when you always operate on a cup that's full. When your self-love practice is so dialed in. We all have self-love practices, right? But I'm speaking to those of you, and I'm also part of those of you who every now and then we fall off the wagon because we serve too much. Whether we serve other people or we serve immediate family, we serve, I don't know, a community, we just give too much and we forget about our self-love practice. We forget about our own cup because it's easy to forget because we love giving, we love serving. But I'm someone who's learning so much about boundaries nowadays. And also my self-love practice has now been ingrained for many years now. But I always find there's a deeper layer to self-love and healing, that understanding of who you really are. So we're gonna get started in a moment, but so Jordan says you have a question. Fire away, Jordan. Just ask your question on a comment, and I'll try and get to as many questions as I can tonight. For those of you who have been on my show for a few times now, like Carrie, for example, Addison, she knows how I work. So I like to really dive deep into a particular reading because I feel that this show is not just about giving you, for lack of a better word, instant gratification about to feel good from a card. It's more about nudging you for what is the question that needs to be asked so I can make transformation. And sometimes the only way that can really be revealed is when you have a deep dive into why does a particular card come up for me. It may even come up for you a few times, in a short span of time. And so it's all the more required to really look into why is that coming up for me? Like what's the correlation? What's the energy about? So I'd like to get started very soon, but I just want to spend a couple of minutes doing a visualization practice. for everyone that's on board tonight. So I want you to start considering finding a very quiet space that's really private, that you're going to be alone and uninterrupted for about 2 or 3 minutes, and just get comfortable. And as you find that space, and as you find a space of comfort, of quiet, of darkness, if you want dark, you could be lying down, you could be sitting down. As you look for that space, I want to just remind you guys, tonight is a giveaway night again. I was giving away things last Sunday, and I actually closed this inquiry page for the last 5 days, but I'm opening it up again tonight. So if you haven't got my free affirmation guide yet, it's like a meditation guide, but it's more than that. It's a visualization and affirmation guide that you can play. It's on a private recording in YouTube. You can only listen to it if you have the actual link. So order it on the free guide up the top, which is the link is up above this video. I'm also gonna post the link in the comments below. So you can just let me know if you want that free affirmations guide, or if you want a PDF download about the 7 habits to happiness, or both. So let me know, just click on the link above this video, and I'm also gonna actually post the link below this in the comments below in a moment. So as you find your quiet and comfortable space, I'm just posting that link on the comments now. And we're going to get started right away with this 2 to 3 minutes meditation. I'm going to turn my music just a little bit more for that 2 to 3 minutes. And this will help you center because the readings that I'm going to pull out tonight is not just going to be specific for the person who's receiving that card. You're also going to listen to it because it's also going to resonate with you in one form or another. So we're all going to center ourselves, and this is also as much for me as it is for you. And as you sit down or as you lie down, wherever you are in the quiet space that you're actually, I'm going to turn my own lights off. So as you sit down and lie down wherever you are in a quiet space, just focus on your breathing now. Take a deep breath in and then let it out. And start to focus on the sensations in your body. And as the thoughts come in, let them out, let them pass. Just let them go. They are not relevant in the next couple of minutes. They are only thoughts. We are focusing on our body and our breath. We'll take another deep breath in together. And then as you settle more into relaxation, inhale out very slowly. Imagine a bright light. Whatever color comes up for you is the perfect color. Imagine a bright light just above your head and inhale into that bright light. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, and very slowly as you breathe out, pull that bright light down with you slowly through your face, your throat, and then into your heart. You're feeling your heart expand now with your chest literally just opening to the world. And keep taking beautiful, natural, delicious breaths. As you hold that light in your heart, put your hand on your chest and just whisper to yourself, whether audibly or quietly in your little heart, say, I love you. Press on your chest and feel the warmth, feel the light inside, and say one more time with your delicious breath. Repeat after me, I love you. We're now going to go back to our normal breathing. And when you're ready, you can come back to the room, the virtual room, and open your eyes. And I will see you in here. Okay. How do you feel? Let me know in the comments after that little quick breath exercise. I feel a couple of notches, a lot more just centered and settled and ready for you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here tonight. So let me know in the comments below how that feels for you. And let us begin. So Sarah asked for the first card. Now, I'm just going to slowly scroll down if Sarah actually said something more about love. Okay, so, all right. So Sarah, I've got a card, energy card for you tonight. And the energy on that request is, I'm actually seeing the colors of yellow for you, Sarah. And your card is, ooh, it's an upright contract. So the contract is letting you know that something binding, especially if it's upright, something binding is coming up for you. So whether that's a small contract or whether that's a big long-term contract, binding means that it is actually binding between parties. So whether that's a party of two people or two companies. So if your inquiry is about reading about love, the energy around love, it's a contract coming up for you. So are you getting married? Or is there a moving in together kind of blended family? Is it something that you guys are talking about? Or if you're not in a love relationship, is this something that you are attached to as an outcome? How important is this for you? And if the energy of contract is coming up, it's more about asking the question, how is it helping shape my current reality and my nearby future with regards to my desire or attachment, whichever is the word that resonates with you, desire or attachment to a particular binding contract. Like, is it to my highest good to actually pursue some kind of a binding contract, whether that's to buy an investment together, to buy a house together, to get married. So this card is very, very specific that it is a binding contract. So if an engagement is what you want, that's usually just a verbal kind of contract. So this is saying it's more than that. And if it's something that you can't see right now, it's definitely in your energy field. Perhaps it's something that you desire, something that you want to run away from, something that you might have been married before and it's not something that you want to do anymore. But it's more about the energy that you have about binding contracts, because it can be the shadow energy or it can be the light energy. Whether or not you want the contract or you want to run away from it, you can actually move forth and deal with that kind of that energy in a shadow way or a light way. So just ask yourself the question, how am I feeling about not wanting this kind of future contract, or not wanting this kind of past contract, or wanting this future contract, or or sealing it or dismantling it, or however, because I've personally learned so much about binding contracts, and I'm going to share with you a personal story. And it's an open book. It's literally in my book that I wrote, Become the Woman of Your Dreams. And it's part of when I was in a toxic relationship. I was in this binding contract where we bought an investment property together. And the reason that happened is because I was at some stage in the relationship, the other party had said to me, I'll only ever be happy when I have something to my name. Literally, he said that. And so me being a former banker, I, pulled all my resources and skills together and come up with this idea that we can go on a uh, tenants in common only investment property, which means that it's like a business kind of investment property. And that really backfired for me. It backfired because it was the shadow side. The reason it was a fear-based decision. Me actually going into that binding contract was because I was succumbing into the fear that I'm going to lose him if he didn't have anything to his name sooner, because that's what he said, and I was desperate. And it's an open story. It's not secret. It's in my book. If you want to read it, you can find it on my website www.thegraceharris.com. And so I've learned a lot. A big lesson about binding contracts is that you can really choose to operate. Binding contracts are good. They are invented for a reason, right? But just always make sure you operate from a light side, not from a shadow side. It's always like a fearless kind of desire, fearless kind of decision, rather than a fear-based decision or fear-based desire. I hope that serves you tonight. All right, so we're going to move on to, let me know if, I think it's a bit dark, so I'm going to turn the light on. So we're going to move on to Michelle. Now, Michelle, you may have actually put down what area of life. So let me actually scroll right down again. Otherwise, it's all good. I'm going to go back up the top. No, I can't see it. Okay, so let's go back to Michelle. Michelle Clark. By the way, Sarah, I wanted to mention, so I'm seeing the yellow color for you, which is your solar plexus, which has got a lot to do with your self-esteem and self-worth. So yeah, just a note there. How is it feeling, that part of your chakra there? So Michelle, I'm seeing an actual indigo for you actually, but let me see what card comes up for you. The temple path. Okay, so it's come up reversed, Michelle. So there is some, the reverse is different to the upright, but they're very, very similar. So the temple path is the pathway to your calling, or AKA your purpose. And because this is reversed, it feels like you're a little bit lost, if you will, for lack of a better word, or you might be going through a time where it's a little bit confusing for you as to how do you answer to that calling, which is your higher purpose, or the purpose that you really want to do, or something that you really love to do, rather than just doing something for the sake of doing it because it fulfills other purposes like the paying the bills, or this could be a career thing. Whether if it's a career thing, it's about is something that you're doing, is that your true calling? Is that what really lifts your heart up, or is that something that you do because of practical reasons? And if it is for a more personal reason, like personal purpose, higher calling, or even relationship, it's really about often we look for, there's this okay, so there's this saying, and from a movie that I watched recently called Soul, and there was a story there's just two fishes. One of the fish went up to the other fish, and this fish here said to that fish, hey, I'm really looking for this thing that they call the ocean. And this other fish went to the other fish, oh dude, you're swimming in it. And so I don't know if you get the metaphor, but often we feel, or we are conditioned, that purpose is something that's outside of us, that's really hard to reach, that's tangible, that we can touch and pull down and embrace and get and acquire, when really purpose is the living, purpose is the evolution, purpose is your is what you do, is what you're meant to be doing. And a very solid example of that is when we are born, for example, when we're babies, our purpose, our first purpose is to survive as infants, right? So we learn to suck milk, we learn to cry when we're hungry, and then we become toddlers. And we know that our purpose is to really learn how to walk. And so we don't care how many times we fall over, even when we bang our head or we hurt ourselves, we might cry, but we get back up because we don't have fear. And we know our purpose is, that is our purpose. And when we're, for example, having a baby, if you're a mother, you know, there is really nothing that will hold you back from pushing that baby out. That is your purpose. Nothing else matters for that few hours that you're in labor. So your purpose is the living. And so the temple path is actually just showing you to love the moment now, because as you go deep into the moment now, what makes you happy? And if that doesn't make you happy, then maybe try something that brings you joy in the moment. The joy in the moment, once you identify joys in the moment and you amplify them, you make them more and better, and you know, you immerse into it a lot more often, and then it becomes your way of life, so that your purpose is then your way of life, and then everything else unfolds. So it comes out from the inside. The temple path reverse is saying that it will go like that, upright, when you start living in the now, so that your purpose comes out from the inside, rather than you being confused looking, where is it, because the temple path is really so far away from me. I can't find it. So I hope that gives you some insight tonight. Yeah, one of the favorite things that I want to do when I'm feeling a bit like that is just center myself, because it's just energy. Sometimes all this serving others, as I say, you know, atomic self-love, all this giving and serving other people, we tend to lose a sense of who we are and what we're here to do. And so come back to yourself, Michelle, come back to yourself, center yourself. And then so that you can live in the moment and know that, wow, this moment, this is what life's about, and I'm going to do more of it and amplify it, and then your purpose just flows out of you, the temple path. I hope that serves you right tonight. And so let me know now. Let me just actually the comments thing is doing it again. So Facebook does this. Let me refresh my page, ladies, and see how I go. I just need to see all of the comments, and I'm not seeing them right now, so bear with me. And so let me know. Actually, I'm wondering if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? After all that, I'm not even sure if you've heard me. So just please say comment, I've heard you, I'd heard you. I don't know. Okay, so all right, so the comments are actually not working for me. Bear with me again. I'll do this again. Thank you. Right, I got so that. Okay. All right, I'm just looking for your comments, so just bear with me. I will be able to see this in a moment. It's just part of that Facebook programming where sometimes it hides it. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm just looking for your comment. Okay, so it's still not doing from the start. So I am so sorry, ladies. I'm just gonna start from what I can see here. And the first thing I can see is Laura Lou. Laura Lou saying, hello, how are you? Please, can I have a reading that was relaxing? Thanks again. Okay, so the card that I have for you, Laura Lou, is Mm. Rest and rejuvenation. So this is a card that's saying to you that whether this is something that you are actively pursuing right now, or you're not actively pursuing it right now. So it's something that needs to be more for you, Laura Lou. So what's up? What's been happening for you? Because it's a very strong energy. It's either an energy that you are emanating or an energy that is being drawn for you because it's what's needed right now. So what's the area of your life that you're working on at the moment? Because rest and rejuvenation usually is something, it's like a preparation phase. And we create more, we produce more, we become more useful to ourselves and to other people. The more, it's ironic, but it's so true. The more that we rest, the more that we rejuvenate, the more that we fill our cups, the better we are in what we do. And you know, even science and statistics will back this. Like this thing about Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, they've done a study that people are even more productive if the people that are, who's got a job, full-time job of 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, if their work is condensed into 3 days, they actually produce more because they are more productive, they are more rested. And so it's saying to you that this is the time for, it's usually a preparation phase. So if you've got a project or something that you're thinking about, or something coming up like an event, it's an energy that you really want to cultivate so that you can have the best time, so you can have the best outcome, so you can have, you know, you can be really your higher self. What a great card. So let me know if you have any further clarification about that. Like, you know, if you have a certain particular area that's been coming up for you in your life. And yeah, we'll see if we can get to that as well. So Janine, Janine Brody. Okay, so ladies, don't forget to click on the link above and get your free gift. So for you, Janine, there is a jumping jack. It's indecision. Okay. So the energy for you, Janine, is indecision. It's a Y in the road. And with the indecision, it's the main message is that you spend so much more energy in the process of trying to make the right decision than when you can actually spend that energy into one of the decisions that you can make. And one of the true things that I've found, and this is written by Deepak Chopra in one of his books, I think it might have been the quantum, no, it's not the quantum healing, but it was Deepak Chopra, and it so resonates. It says, there is no such thing as a right or wrong decision, only a series of possibilities that come with. And it's so true. It's the same thing as there is absolutely no such thing as bad or good. It's a perception thing. And so you make a decision, and whatever comes of the decision, then you make further course corrections if you need to. Or if it's a decision that's really good, you've happened to choose a decision that's really working for you, then you can just amplify it further and do more and make it bigger and involve more people and really elevate yourself from that experience. And so, and if it was a decision that you needed to course correct, then you are more wiser for it. Yeah, you have more experience, and you know more. So Thomas Edison, for example, the guy who invented the light bulb, he says something like, I didn't fail 10,000 times inventing the light bulb. I just found 10,000 ways not to do it. So indecision is just letting you know that the energy that you're spending trying to make which decision is valuable, and it's better to turn that energy and dedicate that energy into an actual decision, whether there or here, because nothing is right or wrong. It's just a series of possibility will come to you as you make the decision, and then it will unravel, it will unfold, and then you will either become more experienced, wiser, or you happen to make the right decision and you can just elevate everyone and everything else from it. Wow, that's exciting, actually. Lisa, Lisa Berridge, could I please have some guidance if drawn to? Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Trying to look at your photo. Okay, so Lisa. Oh, and you have a jumper as well. It's patience. Wow. So this card, Lisa, patience, as you can see, the angel is like she's in the middle of snow, like in the cold months where everything seems to slow down or frozen or there's not much happening. And this card is, the energy of this card is calling you for patience to be exercised, for patience to rise to the occasion. So an area of your life is, quiet, there's not a lot happening, or something that you want to occur, to happen, it's not as fast as you want it to come. Patience is the key, because with, as you know, when snow comes or when winter comes, it's so necessary because it's the time for rebuilding. And so use this time with patience, use it to rebuild yourself, to educate yourself, or to just nurture yourself. Because when spring comes, when everything blossoms after the snow, after the cold, then you are ready to really face the blossoming of things. You don't want to be faced by the blossoming and then you're feeling this fatigue from waiting, from being impatient, from being TikTok, where is it? Like from being agitated looking and just wanting to, often we can be very programmed by other teachings out there to meditate, manifest, meditate, manifest, meditate, manifest, write it down 100 times on your journal, or just think about it, focus on it. I think that's crazy. It really is, because what you desire is already given to you. When you desire it, it's already there for you. It's already yours. Like the universe will always serve you what you want. The key is that to make it clear what you want. So number one, make it clear as to, like, for example, if you want, let's be very specific. If you want money, for example, so you've got to be clear that when do you want the money, what do you want it for, how much do you want it, and that it's energy that will elevate you and will really make you happy. So you're giving all this upward vibration instead of saying, oh, I don't have enough money, I want money. Because I don't have enough is an energy of, well, you don't have enough, well, I'm not going to give you enough. Because it's energy. The universe does not have words. It doesn't communicate in English or French or it does not. It communicates in energy. And so just less efforting and just patience, and just be and have that vibration of receiving, that you are open, whatever it is you're asking for, because the blossoming will come, and it will come. It always comes. The patience, use the patience, the time to be patient, to rejuvenate, to nurture yourself, and have that readiness. I hope that serves you. All right, so let's move on to the next. So Laura says, hey, that was relaxing. Would like a reading, please. Yep, so that's done. Chantel Marie, I'm trying to make sure I read it correctly. Hi, lovely, new here. Could I please have a general reading? Okay, so Chantel. My eyes are better tonight. Last week I couldn't see. Okay. So Chantel, the card that I have for you is strategy, and it's come up upside down. Okay. So Chantel, it's a general reading that you're asking for, and the energy that you're getting is the strategy is upside down, which means that it's something that you need to just look into. So strategy is all about being resourceful, number one, and also being timely. And number three is planning your energy around it, like making sure it works for you. Because the reason that a strategy can be upside down is it could be a strategy that was given to you by someone else or inherited from another person that was successful in a particular endeavor, and you're trying to copy it. So someone might have said, this is what I've done, this is my successful outcomes, this is what you should do as well. And so then that's an inherited or copied strategy. Now, why it could be reversed for you is because, remember, resourcefulness, timeliness, and also it needs to work with your own system. So that person creating that success with that kind of strategy, they're not you. They're not the same human body. They're not the same divine energy. So it's got to be, you can pull some out, but don't like blueprint kind of copy the entire thing. So that might be why the strategy part is a bit upside down. You got to put it right where the most important thing is, this strategy right for me. And I'm thinking business, for example, like so many a lot of you in this show that are listening now, I know that you're someone who is looking to perhaps one day have your own coaching online business, or become a healer as well, or help other people go through their trauma or their journey in life. So this is an important message, if you're listening, is that when you get to a place where you're putting together your plan on how to help others, you are unique. You've got your own unique energy. So to copy someone else's blueprint verbatim and to the dot is actually quite silly. It's got to have your own flavor. So be resourceful. Make sure you are timely. And by timely is that, is this the right time for your family? Is this the right time for you as a woman? Is this and is this the right time when it comes to your health? And also, is it really tailored to who you really are? Some people can be showing you, you should be coaching, you should be speaking, you should be writing a book, but maybe you are someone who is drawn to doing something else instead. You could be doing something completely different, like you want to be a teacher, you want to be a therapist. It's just, go back to your heart, because the strategy will save you time and save you a lot of energy in the end. You'll still get there even if your strategy is upside down, but just in a longer way. So it's you have a strategy, but it's just really calibrating and tweaking that. So Chantel, I hope that serves you, because it's not just in business, it's also in relationships. If you have friends that are saying to you that this is how you should think about that particular relationship, that's based on their experience. And yes, you can listen to them if you trust them, for sure, but just be mindful that you are different as well. So trust your gut feeling when it comes to, is this right for me? All right, so Kylie, let's go and read for Kylie, Greg. Okay. I'm having a good time tonight. I love these energy cards because they're just so such a great reminder of how we can really look after ourselves, So Kylie, wow, that one is sticking right out for you, and it is the walking away. What's up there, Miss Kylie? Walking away. So it's a beautiful card. So this is a card for you to be conscious about the beautiful energy of being able to walk away. It's not so much letting go, because letting go is like an energy of it's like a reactive energy. So letting go, I need to just differentiate the difference between letting go and walking away. So letting go is when something that you maybe are not prepared to have it gone, but for some reason it needs to be gone. Like it wants to leave your life, or it had a sudden exit, then you just have to let go, right? So it's something that it's a controlled, conscious reaction you have to let go. But walking away is actually a proactive decision. So it's a conscious, mindful decision that to walk away is for your highest good. And so this card looks so, yeah. So Kali, if you have been thinking about something that doesn't a seasonal experience, a seasonal relationship, a seasonal job, whatever it is, a seasonal person, thing, experience, habit, and you've been thinking about, well, it's not as the elevation, the level of elevation it's giving me is not as it was before. And for me, that is coffee. I used to love coffee in the morning, but lately I'm thinking, coffee doesn't do it for me anymore. So I'm gonna probably change that. I'm gonna try ginger and honey and lemon in the morning. But it's just that conscious, mindful walking away. Yeah, because you know that, okay, I can try something different now. That's probably gonna be for my highest good. So if I go back to my coffee, maybe the ginger, lemon, and honey hot drink in the morning is for my highest good, because as we all know, coffee is not the best for you. And so just congratulate yourself for the musings that you've been having lately about, that doesn't seem to elevate me as much as it used to. And let me see what is for my highest good right now. And let me walk towards that gracefully. I hope that serves you. Let me know how that goes. And so let us go to Rebecca May O'Sullivan. Let me just actually check your comments. Kali says, thanks so much. Family issues. Okay. So when it comes to family issues, so it's really urging you to exit gracefully from the dramas. And you know what? Family issues are like, what are they? They're like something that you're born with. It's like really part of our birthright, because as a human being, family issues. And I don't think that you can ever be free from family issues, ever. For as long as you are breathing, for as long as you're alive, you are human and you have blood relatives. Even if you're a monk living in Nepal, meditating for 5 years, you still have blood relatives. And somewhere along the orbit of the earth, they are having issues. And even if you're not connected to it, their energy is inherently connected to your energy. But the very example of a monk is the perfect example of walking away. You know, even no matter how big the issues are, there is always capacity and space for you to be graceful about it. Whether you want to be a graceful mediator, or you want to be a graceful observer, or you just want to be a graceful person who walks away from it and has nothing to do with it. That is really your choice. But that card was giving you, Kali, you know, just an image of gracefulness. Yeah. Tell me about family issues. Hey, I do have a blended family with 3 children, and 2 of them are teenagers. And yeah, so it's very it's very real. So I hear you. So let me go back to actually have forgotten my space. All right, so let's just go to Leanne Zakar. I apologize for the last lady. I've forgotten, but it'll come back to me. So Leanne Zakar, lots going on in my world. Would love a card. Okay. So Leanne, this is a this card, whatever this is going to be, because there's a lot going on in your world, it's just going to be a very central theme that you're going to, I'd love for you to go to bed with tonight to really think about. And this is that card. Oh, wow. Leanne, if you're still here, it's the Angel of Strength and it's upside down. Whoa. That's a very clear energy card for you there. It's telling you that your strength is waning. You are a strong woman. If you can see, you have a lioness in you. And right now, just with even just the way that you present what's going on for you, when you say lots going on in my world, it's already and I say this with all love, from the bottom of my heart. It's very disempowering to your internal divine energy. So I will start with the way that you speak to your own beautiful self, because what comes out of your speech, it will always come back to you. It's an energy that you're spitting out to everywhere, but it also comes back to you. So empower yourself, starting with the way that you speak of what's going on in your world. And so just, find words, I would start with, and this is very basic neurolinguistic programming, and you don't have to know neurolinguistic programming at all to know that the effects of what you're saying is really disempowering your strength. So we want this card to be upright, and you could start by saying, things going on in my world, and they are, you know, they are there and I am aware of them. So that's a start. The things going on in my world, they are there and I am aware of them. Awareness is like the fundamental power you can ever acquire when it comes to anything, like awareness in awareness in your health, awareness in your business problems or your business strategies, awareness in your relationship, awareness. So you can start by just vocalizing it that way. And once you have that awareness with your speech and the way that you vocalize what's going on for you, you will start to feel a shift of energy. You will shift that strength into upright strength. And you will actually see that, hey, me just being aware that that's going on and that's going on and that's going on, then I can actually pick and choose which ones are the most important, and the other ones that can just fall away anyway on their own, because they're just not, they will just, there are some problems that will just sort itself out. They don't need attention at all, and so yeah, so start with awareness. And I'd love for you tonight, Leanne, to just meditate on questions like, what are the things in my life right now that really need my attention, and how important is it from 1 to 10? I hope that serves you. Okay, so let's go now to Marie Taylor. Marie, can I have a general reading? Looking at your photo, Marie, it's like a geisha, a Japanese geisha. It's very small, obviously, so I probably am not looking at it clearly, but okay. So Marie with 3 roses, general reading card for you. It's your second chakra, the Archangel Ariel. So it's your sacral chakra. It's the orange one, just around near your sexual organs. So this is around creativity, and it is reversed. So Marie, when was the last time that you've actually done something that is that doesn't have like a step-by-step procedure or rules? So it's not cooking, because it's not cooking from a cookbook, but just, for example, cooking from out of nowhere, just putting ingredients together, or just going for a spontaneous ride, not knowing exactly where you're going to go for a drive for a day, or creating something with your hands, because the creativity is calling you to come back to the creative side of you, so that you can become someone who's operating from your higher self, because your creativity chakra is a little bit blocked. So to unblock that is just to do something that takes you out of your mind, the left mind, and brings you back into your right brain, which is your creative brain. So less thinking and more about just being you. So dancing, maybe, is that something that you like? Or yeah, so maybe even pursuing something that you wanted to pursue for a long time and you've never had the chance, like learning a new skill, learning a new hobby, or traveling, because we can travel a little bit now. So let me know what's going on for you, so you can we can explore that a little bit more, because creativity is really the mother of um, getting back into your heart set, which is the opening. When you open the heart through your creativity, your purpose just overflows, right? So for example, when I'm in my creative mode, which usually when I'm writing and when I'm speaking, and I get these ideas, but they're not really coming from here, they're coming from here, and so it just elevates me, it lifts me up. And what happens as a result is that I get more of what I want. And what more of what I want is something that is really, really basic, more time with my kids. For some reason, I end up watching a movie with my teenager, which is usually very, very rare. I end up having breakfast with my two teenagers, which is usually very, very rare, And so just because I'm being me, I'm being creative, I'm operating from my heart, just purpose is overflowing. Like it's not necessarily trying to manifest anything out of this world, but just things that really fill me up, that I don't even expect. And so it's just like big bonuses, and those are what really matters in life. It's just the memories that we create with the people that we love. Yeah, I mean, tell me if you disagree with that, because for me, that is the essence of life, is just being able to connect with the people that you love. Alrighty, so let us go down to Judy. I would love to know if I'm on the right path, please. Okay. Judy, the only person that can really let you know if you're on the right path is you. But there are questions that you can ask or cards that you can use to help you find out if you are on the right path. And tonight we're going to pull out an energy card, and that is really jumping right out for you. So it's attachment. So Judy, right off the bat, the card, I didn't even have to shuffle a lot. It just really jumped out. And it's attachment upright is about, it's really, it's about saying to you that there is a persona that you for some reason, it's something that is important for you. But this card is saying to you that that's just a persona. It's not really you. So attachment is about having an idea that we think is the right idea and the perfect idea. Whether that's idea about ourselves, who we should be, how we should act, and what we should do, and who we should be with. So that's, we get so attached to this idea that was embedded in us for some reason when in the past. Usually it's during the formative years when we are children, that the ideal partner, the ideal job, the ideal life, the ideal education is this. And so it's an attachment that we have, that if we don't feel that we are perfectly fit into that idea, then we question ourselves, am I on the right path? And the mere fact that you are questioning if you are on the right path will give you an indication that you're feeling a little bit off about what you are doing. And so the card is asking you to let go of any ideas that you have had for a while that have been making you feel and making you question, am I on the right path? Because when you let go of those ideas, of those attachments, that things should be this way, then outcome unfolds this big wide road, this infinite possibility for you, and you'll discover that you can be exactly anything that you want to be, that your heart desires. It's time to just open up and let go of all these ideas wherever they came from. Most of these ideas came from people that love us, like well-meaning people, our parents, our relatives, our teachers, our children even. So but they still came from other people who don't live in our body and in our soul, and only we know what it feels like to try and live up to an idea. Like ideas are like yeah, they're just like fruits. They fall from trees and they rot and then they biodegrade and then more grow, and they're really just like things that you can look at, but you don't have to take notice of them, because what's waiting is for you to just center yourself, acknowledge that, okay, I'm not feeling quite right in this. I am questioning if I am on the right path, and therefore there should be more inside me. And so I'm just going to let go of any ideas, of any standards, and I'm just going to explore what makes me feel good. And then and then you can then access your infinite potential. What could it be, Judy? That's so exciting. What is it that you really, really wanted to do? Or where have you really, really, really wanted to go? Or what's your idea of a quiet time, of a relaxing time? Maybe you've been spending your relaxing time in ways that you thought were the right ways, like hanging out with friends, going out so much and stuff like that. But maybe deep inside you, you're someone who really thrives on other ways of relaxing. I don't know, that just questions that are deserving to be asked. Beautiful message, because ideas, like I said, they are like fruits. They fall from trees and they biodegrade, and then more come down, and we don't need to be attached to them. Yeah. Okay, so Sarah Louise. So this will be my last card for tonight, ladies. If you haven't clicked on the link above yet on your free gifts, I'm actually going to post that again on the comment here. Click on the link and claim your free gift to your affirmation guide, which is really, really beautiful recording of a visualization. And it's really, really going to put you at a place where it's just so inspiring. So Sarah, I'm going to read a card for you, and then we will end. So thank you for being with me tonight. I will see you all again on Sunday night. Now, Sarah, you have a jumper, and it is Healer of the Ages. Oh, what's going on for you, Sarah? So Healer of the Ages is that you have the capacity. So you see the healer's got the healing hands. And so you are a healer, but right now it is inverted. And so your healing powers are a little bit, I don't know if you've discovered your healing powers, whether or not you have, they are currently, the energy is not flowing out of you. And so to really become a powerful healer, and this is what this show is about, the Atomic Self-Love Project. The first thing that allows you to help people, to heal others, is for you first to heal yourself. Go on a journey, open your heart, get out of your head, fill your cup, and have that self-love routine and ritual religiously, day in, day out. Always just come back to your center, make yourself loved, make yourself feel good, and fill your cup, and look after your health, look after your heart, and don't take your mind seriously, because your mind is just a tool. And just know that everything that you have gone through is for a reason. And the reason is because once you've gone through the healing journey, you can now pass on that healing through your own vessel, which is your hands, your body. But for that card to be upright, for the Healer of the Ages to be upright, you've got to fill your cup. You've got to energize yourself with the right kind of vibration. And it's in this day and age that we live in, it's one of the trickiest things that that a woman has to do every day, because we wear so many hats. You know, we are so in demand, we are so loved, we are so needed and wanted, and we give, we serve, and we forget about ourselves. But then that's the most important thing, is for us to give and serve, is to always remember ourselves first, because we are the healing energy, we are the center energy. So for you, Sarah, it's something to think about when you go to bed tonight. How can I fill my cup? How do I go on? How can I heal myself more deeply? What are the triggers that keep coming back to me? And why are those triggering me? If triggers are usually coming from our childhood. So they are unhealed wounds. And inner child work is very, very important for this. If inner child work is something that you would like to explore, just send me a private message, and I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. We can have I can offer you a free call, and we'll see what comes up for you, and yeah, what we can work together with. So ladies, again, thank you for being with me tonight, and I'll see you again on Sunday next week. And don't forget to get your free gift, and have a good night. Bye, everyone.